Alright guys, we're on our way to Louisville on the back roads of Kentucky for a weekend of debauchery.
It was our birthdays.
Beginning of May, we did this last year. We went to Lexington. Now we're going to Louisville and we're hitting the only distilleries we could get available 2 months ago. So we're going to hit a bunch of them, but we only got a couple tours. We're on the back roads of Kentucky heading. So we got to do Maker's Mark on the way, and then after that we're going to hit our hotel and go hit the city of Louisville and have a weekend and make a video for you guys and hope you enjoy it. We might get a little silly. You never know what could happen with us when there's alcohol involved. I hope you all enjoy. Not too long into this Louisville video, I gotta do a little addition clip here to explain that there's way too much content for this video to be one long one. So I'm having to cut it up, and we're gonna have parts 1, 2, and maybe 3. And so that's how this is gonna go. And after we made our intro into this video of driving into Louisville, it didn't take very long for Amy to bail out on me, and this was my view for a little while. Alright guys, we're here, we're at Maker's Mark, we're walking into the door, haven't got inside yet, but it's our first stop of the weekend. It's a really cool looking place. What do you think, Amy?
I'm loving the greenery.
Hopefully we'll get some good videos. We're doing this.
How do we get in?
I really don't know where we're going. So we'll figure, is it over there?
No, everybody, they parked here.
Alright guys, we're at the, just checked in for our tour. We're just standing around waiting for a little bit, giving you all a quick video of the grounds. Obviously, it's a really beautiful place, a lot of green. They take care of it very well. Nice stacked stone buildings, old barn-looking facilities. You know, it's very nice. They've done a really great job here. This is the check-in building. There's really not much in there. There's a little bar, and it's where we checked in to waiting for our tour. So we got our tour started now. We're walking down the hill from the check-in area down to the mash cookers. You know, I don't remember what those things are called properly. I always forget for some reason. Can't remember them. But here we just walked past their creek, nice stacked stone creek bed area. You know, they're showing the buildings with their old style barn wood with the cool red shutters with the bottles cut into them. It's a cool facility. They really do a good job here. We like what we see. There's the mash cooker room. They do a great job with this facilities, keeping up with the shrubberies and the greenery. It's very beautiful. We're about to have a real quick speech with the tour guide and moving on to the inside.
That's going to come more from the Dakotas or Wisconsin, where it does grow more regionally. All of those grains are heavily inspected before they ever make it here into the distillery. Then we're going to send them right over here to the roller mill. This is where we will start to prepare them for the cooking process. We're going to break those grains down into a coarse cereal-like consistency, leaving a lot of the husk still intact. That allows us to extract all the flavors from the grain. Now, the cooking process will start in these large white mash tubs. We're going to fill the mash tub with the water. All right, what you see here, these are made cypress wood fermentation vats. These are original to the distillery, dating back to the 1800s. Now, in addition to these 8, we also have 54 stainless steel. The whole fermentation process is 3 days long total. Day 1 is going to be very active. That layer on top, it'll kind of start to look like cornbread. That is the grain cap. What is sitting under that grain cap?
Cardinal.
So this is the label making room. As you can see, there are a bunch of old bottles that they've made, labels they've had in the past. But this is where they make the old labels the same way they did in the old way, and they're all hand torn. Sorry about this video being really noisy, so sometimes we're going to do some background reduction, and it doesn't work that great, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So we moved into the rick house. There's really not much to say about what this is. You know, it's just barrels waiting to be drained in the rick house for however many years. Not much to say, not much going on, just giving you a view of the good stuff they got in here. and how they stack it and how it looks. All right, this next part's still in the rick house, and you can actually hear the tour guide pretty good, so I'm going to let it roll for a few minutes. Here and there, they got some artwork out, and I thought this was a pretty good looking one.
Nice aroma in this warehouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
It also dates back to the 1800s, so this warehouse can store up to 4,000 barrels. So if you saw some big black buildings about 3 miles down the road, those are some of our warehouses. Now, these barrels are made by the Independent State Company, which is located about 10 minutes up the road in Lebanon, Kentucky. They're made out of 100% American white oak wood. The staves that make up the barrel, they're going to air season out on the lot on pallets for about 12 months. That's going to help to remove the tannins from the wood, which can cause a little bit of bitterness in the bourbon, but it's also going to help to bring the natural sugars to the surface level. We use a level 3 char on the inside of all of our barrels here. Now, remember the white dog coming off the stills, coming off at 130 proof. But the government says, hey, you want to be a bourbon, you cannot enter the barrel any higher than 125 proof. So we're going to add some water in. We're going to cut that distillate down to 110 proof. We're going to fill these barrels all the way up 53 gallons. Then we're going to load them into the top of the rick house, where they will spend 3 consecutive Kentucky summers. Very hot, very dry, always about 30 to 40 degrees warmer. That's where your extraction happens, where the white dog starts going in and out of those staves, developing profiles, flavors, the color that you see in the bottle. After 3 consecutive Kentucky summers, our barrel team will hand rotate the barrels from the top of the rick house down to the lower levels, where they will age another 3 to 4 years. So your average fully matured barrel of Maker's Mark is somewhere between 6. Now, we like to age our barrels in that same rotation for all Maker's Mark, because we want every barrel to come out as consistent as okay, which means that everything starts as just a fully matured barrel of Maker's Mark. That can go on to be Maker's 90 proof, Maker's Cask Strength, Maker's 46, Maker's Private Select. Everything starts as a fully matured barrel, but then we can innovate off of that. Now,
Star Hill Farm.
Such a pretty place.
It really is.
It's compared to like Buffalo Trace, it's like a farm and green, and the rivers, the little bridges, a creek.
Now we went
And then
to.
Buffalo Trace is all like an industrial like complex.
When did we go to Buffalo Trace? What season was that?
Last year,
What season?
it's this time last year.
Is that a little cafeteria?
Yeah, they have a little restaurant here.
I have to go there. We're not going to have time to go there.
No, you got little horses everywhere. Guess they're not little.
It looks like everything you can pretty much go in and out of yourself. You don't really need a tour for this one.
barrels of Maker's Mark from the warehouse. We're going to dump them into a stainless steel tank. We'll roll the empty barrels here to the middle of the floor. We're actually going to pop off the heads of this barrel, drop 10 of these.
More than 10.
No, she said 10.
There's only 10.
Like that.
Gotcha.
You can see how they're different colors.
Yeah.
It's because they're like French oak, English oak, American oak, and that's they did 100 recipes, and the 46th one they decided to go with.
So everything on the ribs to the right and the left, that's the finishing of the Maker's 46. Everything here on the floor, these are Maker's Mark private selections. Has anybody ever had a private selection before? Maybe one of you? Okay, so it is a private select. Well, essentially, consumers like, hey, my Maker's 46 is phenomenal, because it is. I want my friends in the industry, like liquor store, bar, and restaurant owners, to be able to come and create their own perfect version of Maker's Mark as well. So they took the Maker's 46 stage and 4 other experimental stages. They let them pick a custom combination of 10 stages total. They will drop the 10 stages down in the barrel, fill it up with the fully matured Maker's Mark, also let it finish for an additional 9 weeks. Now, these are exclusive to the location and the store that you purchased them at. You're typically going to see them in your bigger box liquor stores. So for Kentucky, I'll say Total Wine, Liquor Barn, Party Stores, Costco, Costco, Sam's Club, places like that, you will typically see them. Restaurants and bars here as well have a lot of them. So if you're staying in like the Louisville, Lexington areas, you go into a liquor store or a pretty popular restaurant, you are more than likely going to see a Private Select on that bar. If you turn and look behind you, that is actually the tasting room where those Private Selects take place. So I had somebody ask if Maker's Mark does a single barrel. I said no, because everything comes out of the warehouse, the exact same product, as consistent as possible, right? So that wouldn't work for us. The private selection is our own version of what a single barrel would be for Maker's Mark. So not a single barrel of the bourbon, but your own custom-made combination to create your own Maker's Mark.
This is the bottling room. Obviously, it's where they're boxing them up, they're filling the bottles, cleaning them out, all that stuff. Amy asked a quick question about why they're pouring bourbon into it, or upside down, and I told her because they're rinsing them out, because they don't want anything, including water, in the bottles before the bourbon goes in there, so they don't have those off their proofs or the flavors. So we're gonna do voiceover, and then the next clip, we're just gonna run through it really fast, speed it up a little bit, because it is a super loud in here, and you can't hear anything. We're starting our tasting right now, and you're going to hear us talking as well as the tour guide. It might get a little confusing, but hopefully it'll work out good.
This is the only product we produced and sold for almost the first 60 years of production. So Maker's Mark stood alone as a brand.
It's hard to do this with my left hand.
One product, which, if you ask me, is pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and start sampling this one. Should be nice, full of flavor in the front of your palate. Pretty smooth and sweet as it goes back, maybe a little bit of heat. Nice soft finish as it goes down. No bitter taste, right? So everything that Bill Sr. wanted out of his new bourbon recipe, it's all right there in that first glass. And you guys look like it's going down pretty easy.
It does have a little burn towards the
That's your classic Maker's Mark right there. Maker's Mark is 90 proof.
I drink that too fast.
Now, it's only going to get a little bit warmer from here, okay? I say the only product we produced those first almost 60 years was the 90 proof. That's only about half true. And I say that because you cannot even get to Maker's at 90 proof without starting at Maker's Mark straight out of the barrel, no water added in. That's what we call cask strength, okay? We had just never bottled and sold that until about 5 or 6 years ago. Because apparently you guys like to drink higher proof bourbon now. So number 2 is going to be Maker's Mark Cask Strength, sitting at 110 proof. So here's what I recommend. Do this in 2 sips.
No, I don't think so.
You're going from 90 proof to 110. That's a pretty big jump in proof. Your palate is not quite acclimated yet. So that first sip is going to start to acclimate your palate to the higher proof. That second sip, you're going to get all the good flavor coming out. So let's go ahead with number 2. Be sure to exhale at the end, especially with this one. But I think you're going to be surprised at how smooth this is.
Exhale.
You think it's smoother than the 90 proof?
It is.
Me too.
It is smoother.
Might not be that way for everybody. If you don't feel that way, that's completely okay. But a lot of you will start to see that this does drink a little smoother than the 90. Still going to be a little intense. It should be. It's full barrel strength.
Better than what we have at home.
But very full of flavor, very smooth profile still. So it is going to feel like more viscosity, feel more full, more body to it, especially on the
Throw your water around after.
Yeah, there's no water.
Now it's
so it
thicker.
does
That
tend to
water
be
is
a little
thicker
bit.
too, because it gets the bourbon's coating your mouth.
Limestone water.
Yes. When you finish that one, I'll give you mine. Okay.
Doesn't the water get thicker?
Huh?
Doesn't the water be thicker?
He's gonna lend his up to you.
I don't.
He's not gonna.
That's why I wanted you to do that.
I did it.
And then you
Just-
pour it.
All right, you guys. So moving on to number 3. This is gonna be Maker's 46. Okay. So this is what we talked about in the cellar. Finished with the 10 virgin French oak staves for
This is the
9
one we
weeks.
have.
This is sitting at 94 proof. You're going to get some nice vanilla notes coming out of this. It is incredibly smooth.
Taste
We like to say it's delicious and dangerous. So let's go ahead with number 3, nose and taste. This is the second product we ever released to the market. That was back in 2010.
That's very good on the front end. Got a little burn to it.
Even if you're not a big bourbon drinker, this one is going to be the one for you. Very smooth, very nice profile, vanilla, caramel notes,
This
rich,
is better than I
toasty,
remember.
oaky notes on your palate as well. Very
Because we've had these
approachable.
two. Well, we had, but not at all.
And when you add in those other cocktail ingredients, it kind of cuts that intensity of this. All right, you guys, moving on to number 4. So this is going to be an example of a private select. So the other thing that we talked about inside the cellar with the custom stave combination. I will tell you, this is not for sale in the gift shop. This is put together by our taste panel so that you guys have an example of what a private select tastes like. So that if you do see one in a liquor store, you kind of know a little bit about it. This is what the bottle looks like. It always has the custom stave combination right here on the front. Tells you exactly what staves were used to create that private select. This is sitting at 109.3 proof. So remember, there's one American white oak stave out of the 5. That is called the P2 stave. They use 2 of these in that custom stave combination. This is going to highlight nice toasty oaky. They use 4 of the cuvee staves. This is more of a mouthfeel stave. So it has these grooves in it that creates more surface area, more texture in your bourbon. They use 146 stave, which you guys know all about since you just sampled it. They use 2 Mondiant staves. This is going to highlight dark cocoa, dark chocolate, coffee, toffee, cherry notes. So 2 of these, your richer oaky notes. And then 1 spice stave. Okay?
Spice.
This is going to pull your baking spice notes, your cinnamon, your cloves, your nutmeg.
Spicy, kind of like a nutmeg.
So, I told you you were going to feel the spice in this private select. You are because of this spice stick.
Good for you.
So if you haven't already sampled this, let's go ahead, nose and taste it.
I think that one's my favorite. That one's my favorite.
Number 4 is going to be very sweet on the nose, but the nose does not match the palate.
90-ish, whatever, 90, 91 proof. It was okay.
And
It's
then
good.
you get the spice on the palate.
That was the
Especially
cash
in the
strength.
front of your
Number 2.
palate.
Number 3 was
And then it's
Maker's
smooth the rest of
46.
the way.
Number 4 was their private select. And which one did you like? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 4. Did you like the private select? I think I liked the 3 or the 4, the 46
Well,
or
how are we
the 4.
feeling, you guys?
Oh,
Another round, my goodness. You're a mess.
I'm enjoying
All right,
the
you guys,
tasting
I do
experience
have
today,
one
which
more
I did
thing
not
to show you
expect. I
guys.
wanted to come
So
here
we are
because
going to exit out this
heard this
floor
is
and
really cool
head
place,
into
but
the
I really
next
enjoyed the
hallway.
tasting today. It was good. Say hello.
What is that glass one? Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Okay, gotta check your little tail here.
Checking the tail.
Yes. All right. So you're gonna hold it just like this, straight down to the bottom, bring it out to the side, quick little spin, and then set it up.
I'm gonna drop this motherfucker.
Nope, you're gonna be fine. If you do, I'll go fishing. Don't worry. Good. Bring it up to the side, quick little spin.
Quick.
Okay. Come on down. Yep, you ready? Go ahead.
So how was that experience? Was that the coolest thing you've ever done in your life?
Wow.
All right, guys, so we just finished Maker's Mark. It's a really cool experience. Amy got a bottle. She dipped it.
I screwed it up.
She didn't follow the directions. She just went blip and then whatever. But it's got one long little thing on it.
I thought you could, like, I wanted it all wax. So I went to go, like, dunk it in. The wax is, like, this little. So then I was, like, all thrown off. I was like, well, that sucks.
It's an experience, and we had a good time. This place is really cool. Look at this building right here, building back there, and they do the 46 way back there. This place, like I was mentioning, I don't know if I mentioned it on the video or not because I don't remember what we did already. So
They did get pretty good pours here.
I'm gonna say, compared to like a Buffalo Trace, this place is awesome. It's like Woodford Reserve, really country and green, but way bigger. That smells awesome. It's way bigger, and their buildings are just elegant. an old style. Like, I don't know how to say it. They got the shutters with the bottles in it and the color. Everything just works here. I really like this place. You guys should, I mean, I don't think Maker's Mark's the best bourbon out there, but today what we tasted was really good.
Just because that was the only thing that we were tasting, guys. Comparison.
Let me get a shot of you guys, if you don't mind.
Look, it sounds like Homer.
The Maker's Mark we've had at home, and the video we did tag, the video we did before, the bottles we had, I didn't enjoy. Did you remember enjoying them? Maker's Mark we had at home?
Yeah, because you have so much other bottles to compare it to.
We have not liked Maker's Mark.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
Today,
I don't.
when we
still
tasted,
wouldn't be my favorite.
it was
Where
really
is it
good.
going?
This is a great looking campus, I guess. Very green, nice, like the stone walls, the creeks down right where I can't tell. The creek over there. Really cool place. Good experience. The girl doing the tour seemed very knowledgeable and was like aware of the people around her and did a good job, right? You think?
Yeah, completely.
So this is a great experience.
All right, thank you for coming, Mac.
Thank you.
Thank you. Comments?
No, it was a good one. I still think Buffalo Trace is the best so far.
I enjoyed Buffalo Trace. I thought it was really cool, but I really like the country farm feel of this compared to the industrial part of Buffalo Trace, which I'm not saying that was bad.
These
It's
rolling hills are gorgeous.
totally different experience, and I enjoyed it. This is just way better to visually appealing.
Yeah, completely visually appealing. It was really good. And the tastings were fun too. It was nice. Everything was very elegant, but yet not too elegant. There's a couple ugly things here.
She's talking about me. All right, guys, Maker's Mark, good time. On to the next. Place is really cool.
You should tell everybody that. We're drunk enough that we'll go up.
Of course, we gave Amy 3 shots and 1 cocktail, and she's drunk.
I haven't eaten.
You had
Chex Mix.
Chex Mix.
And it's what time?
It's 4:45.
4:45, guys. That's like 3 meals in. Oh, everybody else knew about it. There is people up here.
And the gift shop. So we just left Evan Williams, and it wasn't a distillery tour because they didn't have any. And I don't know if it's even a distillery. It's just Evan Williams bourbon experience.
Well, now I saw something down
There was
the hall,
something going on. But it was really cool. We just went downstairs in their speakeasy and had a couple of mixed drinks.
We went back in time.
Yeah. So it was like a 45-minute video, and I'm not going to do that. I'll probably take a couple of clips out of it, put it on there. But this is
was really cool.
You guys do this.
You're in Kentucky. Go
We're right down
here.
here in the middle of Whiskey Row.
We did that as bartender experience.
And we got free cups, free glasses.
And they're big.
Yeah.
And it was really good too.
It was.
But it was very interesting, very cool.
Now we're going to walk on to Peerless and just see what they got. All right, see y'all. All right, so we went to Peerless, and they had some things, but nothing worth buying, and we didn't film because it wasn't that great. All right, so here's some pictures of the end of our first day. So on Whiskey Row, there's Michter's Distillery, the Fort Nelson. Guys, if you're going to go there, you need to make reservations in advance. We couldn't get in the bar. Across the streets to the Louisville Slugger Museum. The next day we go there and check it out. It's not that great. I may or may not include the video in this. And then outside of the Frazier History Museum, there's a nice little Ford T, Model T, I guess doing a little bourbon runner thing, and just some shots out around throughout the town. Oh, I thought I'd put a little tequila sound on there because it was cool, even though it's a bourbon weekend. And then a little photo shoot with Amy and I outside on the Model T outside of the Frazier Museum. Guys, this is a really cool city, cool town. A lot of things to do. Please plan in advance because we just did a little winging it and we didn't get to do everything thoroughly. There's our bartender from the Evan Williams Best Bartender Experience, and we're moving on to the next morning. So enjoy, guys.
The bells of the bourbon.
Bourbon bells.
Bourbon bells.
I think it's the Catholic Church, but we'll call it bourbon bells.
One of the guys was sitting there at the restaurant,
Yeah.
and this was the second time he missed his flight.
Wow.
Because he said, "This place is awesome. The city's awesome."
Did you go ask him what was so awesome about it?
Well, I heard him on the phone and saying how he can't. All he does is go out because he misses the flight, and then he drinks more, and then he still can't get up.
All right, Amy, go stand next to this woman here and tell this woman what we're doing today.
Well, young lady with all these children in the wrong place, we're going to the beginning of the Bourbon Trail at the Frazier's Museum. And then we are walking over, so this whole place you can walk to. And then we're going to Angel's Envy, and that's all we're doing. But the whole thing is called Whiskey Row. And you just walk all the way down the street, and there's Old Forester, there's a Slugger Museum, the Fraziers, Michters. If you want to go to Bourbon, we're in Louisville.
We're going to also hit the Rabbit Hill.
That's today.
Yeah, we're going to walk into Rabbit Hill. Yesterday we hit Peerless and just walked in and they didn't have anything that we wanted to buy. I keep seeing people commenting that we should have got the 12-year Evan Williams. We didn't like it when we tasted it at the tasting downstairs. So now you're trying to make me think that we have to go back and get it.
Oh, is everybody saying?
Yeah, we're definitely had to go back at Evan Williams and see what they got. You ran me out of there too quick to see what the bottles they had. Because on the video I watched last night, that's some pretty good bottles in there.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling all the best yesterday, so I was sort of a loser. But today I'm feeling better.
And then, yeah, we're going to hit a couple liquor stores over on east side of town and see what we can grab. Outside of that, we're just going to explore and see what there is to do here in Louisville. All right, guys, so we're just walking downtown, down Whiskey Row. Got the camera out. Nothing really special is going on or happening, so I'm hitting the fast forward button and just going to let y'all see where we went and what's going on. All right, check it out. Going to be doing some voiceover for the Frazier Museum because it's really loud music and very hard to hear what was going on. So I'm going to try to talk y'all through it here. Starting out with a cool U.S. Navy piece, the USS Louisville. It's a cruiser from the 60s. It's a really cool piece if you're in the Navy. So we're stepping in here to the entranceway. It just talks about the Bourbon Trail, the distilleries that are on the trail, and ones that you can get on your map. One that you won't find on there is Buffalo Trace. For some reason, I don't know why they're not on there. I think I knew why, and I've mentioned it in the past, but I don't remember now. So we're again going to be doing voiceover from here for a little while because it's so loud in there, and you can't hear the microphones didn't pick up very well. It just picks up all the background noise. So a little fast forward through all this so you guys can see what we did, but not really get into it. So here's a little bourbon haul. They have a lot of bottles from history and current times. Now there are Buffalo Trace products in here, even though they're not part of the trail. He was saying that this museum is named the Frazier Museum, and why is it the Bourbon Trail, beginning of the Bourbon Trail? Because Frazier, current Frazier, the founder of the museum, is a great-great-grandson of the Brown-Forman founder. I don't remember his name, but his last name is Brown. The Frazier's middle name is Brown, and he's part of the Brown-Forman family, who is the owners of Old Forester, Woodford Reserve, and Jack Daniels. So that's one reason why they are doing such involvement in the bourbon world. And outside of it being Kentucky, and why not? It's their museum. in Kentucky, and bourbon has a huge history with Kentucky, so it just makes sense. So they got little cool bottles in here, and I know I'm going really fast with the fast forward and stuff, but if I sat here and showed you every single one in this video, it'd be forever long, and it's already too long. So just if you've seen a cool bottle, it's probably in there. Got a bottle, Old Forester right there.
Half gallon.
So old. Another Old Forester.
They're all.
These are, yeah, historical bottles.
I think that's actually whiskey. Looks like that's what the spit.
Yeah, very,
And that one looks like
very
urine.
cloudy.
Golden Bantam.
Here's the original Green River, honey. So you have the DSP 50 on it.
Wow.
Remember when we did it the other day, we were talking about how
Yeah.
old it was, but it was supposed to be a new one?
What was that?
Green River.
Green River.
Some of these are old, I guess, huh?
These are
Oh, yeah.
old bottles. Instead of talking about like Green Rivers, Green River's a current brand right now that's out.
Old Granddad.
Yep. Old Taylor. I wonder if that's original Taylor. Or from actual Taylor, because it's got the castle on it.
That one looks cool. That one little bottle.
Old Granddad. You know that old Granddad is supposed to be Basil Hayden on that bottle. Oh, son, Blonde and Lillard.
Old Blue Ribbon. Isn't that a beer?
Pabst Blue Ribbon, but no, it's two different things. Amy.
Oh.
Weller Antique 107.
You can't film me because I
Oh,
won't
yeah.
do it.
So close. There, my turn. Not even close. Amy's favorite state park, the Big Bone Lake.
So stupid.
All right, guys, we're done with the Frazier Museum. It is it's the start of the Bourbon Trail. That's about it. That's really cool. It's got a bunch of Kentucky history and things like that. And I mean, I'm not saying it's not cool, but it's not why we're here.
Don't take a tour.
No. So we went and just
walk.
looked around the bourbon stuff and have a bunch of stuff on the Bourbon Trail and things like that. And the top floor is some things about bourbon. And they have a nice little bourbon hall and things. But this is a pretty cool place to check out, to start out, but don't spend so much time. All right, guys, we're inside Michter's. It's a Fort Nelson Distillery, and we don't have a tour. The bar's closed. Let's just show you around. All right, guys, from here on, I'm going to do a voiceover because I say nothing at the actual day of. I'm not thoroughly enthused with Michter's. All they have on the shelf is the stuff you can get every day on the shelf at any liquor store. And they did not have any tours, and they did not have the bar open. And when we went back for the bar, they told us we had to have a reservation, which we asked at this time that, and they said, no, just walk on in whenever. So Michter's was underwhelming and not very friendly, and I did not have a great time. Not saying that it won't be a cool place to go back to, but we'll have to check it out another time. Next time we're in Louisville. And that was Kyle Ripken's plate. They got these plates all over the city, and I just poked him out because he was one of the best baseball players ever in the history of baseball. So he's there, and there's other ones I didn't get too many on the videos, but now we're going to walk around and check things out and see what's up next. You guys just saw Buzzards Roost right there. There it is, Buzzards Roost. We'll get back to them later. They're another local distillery, brand new place that we just decided to pop in, and there is video of it later. So we just left the Frazier Museum, and we're just heading through downtown Louisville, down towards Old Forester to do a flight there. So just getting a little video of the city and what it's like, what it looks like. It's reminding me a lot of nothing in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a lot bigger. There was a little Evan Williams First Distillery sign about where they were. There's a little video of the Galt House where we considered staying. We didn't because it cost too much just to be on the river. And the Louisville Cardinals KFC Yum Center. We're amazed that they're named after fried chicken. Yay. Now right here is a little more Whiskey Rose. You got a lot of cool bars and restaurants to go to, so make sure you check out over by Old Forester before you go picking somewhere, because there's some good choices there. And we are about to walk into Old Forester and get a flight, and guys, their flight was really good. The Birthday Bourbon, the President, and the 117. You'll see in just a second. All right, so we're inside Old Forester. We weren't able to get anything as far as tours and stuff, but we're going to walk around and look around. We're going to go over to the bar and get a flight, maybe some birthday bourbon. So we're going to get a quick video around here of what it looks like.
George's bar, that's what it's called inside. Why is it George?
I don't know. George.
We're going to figure that out.
Gift shop. Never buy this stuff from here. It's so expensive. George Garvin Brown. Probably that's why it's named George. Brown Foreman. Brown Foreman makes Old Forester. Mint julep, hon. You want a mint julep?
No mint julep for me.
They're still.
Ooh, smell it.
Smells good. Statesman. 1920. I like this glass. It's heavy too. I like that. How much they want? Oh, 62 bills for the Old Forester 1920. Not that much. 58 for the 1910.
I think we're doing this backwards.
What do you mean?
They said go into the bar, then go around.
If you want to buy any of it, but they aren't going to have anything here I want to buy.
Unless there's the birthday.
They're not going to have that. Rye, the 100. 86. Nothing.
So this is pretty cool. George's bar, the Old Forester bar, we have a flight. Did you turn it around? If it's facing this one, it's the birthday is the first, then the statesman.
117, and the president.
Can't really see it.
They're not going to be able to see it if they want to see us in that.
Just raise it.
So we got birthday bourbon, 117 series, and the president bourbon. So I don't know anything about any of them. I don't have the bottles in front of me to talk about them. So
we want to even dine and try the first one.
yeah. So later on, when I make this video, I'll put all the details in the video with it. But birthday, 117, and president, which are three of the most hard to find Old Forester brands there are.
And it's only 11:40 right now. We're on a Friday and it's packed.
We couldn't get any tours or anything, so we're just gonna do this. So Amy's jumping into that birthday bourbon. I don't know any proofs or anything of it. He told us, but I can't remember. I'll add it in the little detail stuff. Ooh, that smells great.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Fruits and caramels. What do you got?
It smells really good.
Sorry if it's really loud in here. I'll try to kill the background noise. Hopefully the microphones are working to pick her and I up.
That's good. Very sweet, very smooth. Silver on the back, but that's the first one.
Very sweet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look that one up.
Definitely got like brown sugars.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think he's doing better than I'm doing today.
Here, do your second one. I'll look it up.
It's packed. It's really good. Good aftertaste too. This is the birthday. The one that we've been trying to look for.
Remember, we had two bottles in the hand, remember?
Yeah, but it was in a box and it was already sold.
So it's aged 12 years, 104 proof, 72% corn, 18% barley, 10% 18% rye, 10% barley, reddish caramel. Nose is candied fruit, sweetness tempered by cherry, coughs, rich oak scent. Additional layers of baked bread, 8 sugar cookie, and pecans.
Baked bread, you get that at Vans.
Palette parlay of red fruit infused with brown sugar and vanilla. I almost said that.
He was on it today. Man, it is windy outside.
Ooh, I really like that. I hope I can find a bottle of that.
See that
They don't have it here. That birthday bourbon's hard to find. You guys know it. It's going to be impossible, and I hope one day I can get it. But that was awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely worth
Amy's messing with her hair. It's humid and ultra windy outside, so she'll never be happy with her hair right now. Right, next.
Okay, the next one is
117.
117, which we've never had either.
Never had that. We haven't had any of these.
Oh, no, man, that smells awesome. I would take this as very sweet, almost like sugar pecans.
Brown Foreman, 93 proof, aged 4 years, 72% corn, 18% rye, 10% barley. It's a dark mahogany.
You know how you go into a distillery and you smell the corn mash? That's what this tastes like.
I haven't even smelt it yet. Pecans, maple syrup, oak-soaked raisins, dark dried cherries, charred oak, brown sugar, light vanilla bean, rich and inviting. It's definitely all that. This is what this is reminding me of why I started this and why I enjoyed bourbon. Because I think we have drank and ate some shitty. I said ate. We have drank some shitty bourbons lately, and this is just better. Yeah. Of course, we did start with a 1910 and 1920, so that does make it easy.
But I think these are so far better than those.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't imagine these are a lot higher standard, I guess. This is 117. Good.
Now, can you get 117 at bars? I mean, not at bars, at liquor stores?
No.
No. So none of these we can get, except for the States.
No, President's probably harder than all of them yet.
Oh, so all of these are going to be...
So the finish is a dab of chocolate. I mean, we're doing a palette. Dark syrup, soaked cherries, rye spice for sure. I'm still feeling it. Aged oak, light leather, brown sugar, chocolate cake, white peppercorn, nice mix of aged and sweet notes. I agree 100%.
And you're definitely...
That white peppercorn.
You get that acid.
Yeah, so you get a good sweet taste up front, and then all the spice and that pepper hits you in the back. I said spice, not spice.
Does anybody ever see him take it down? You know he likes it when he does that.
So sweet. It has a good kick to it on the back. No, it's super sweet up front. It's like it's a 2 different drinks. It transitions from the sweetness in the front to a good kick right in the back of your throat. It's good.
All right, so now we are going... Oh, there's a
The
little
President.
drop.
You finished that little drop. Old Forester.
So if you hear in the back, you've got some shaking. They've got their own bourbon margarita. So we're gonna have to make one of our own. That would be something interesting. A bourbon margarita. Interesting.
Go ahead and start giving that one a
So
sniff.
this one is the
President. I'm not seeing a...
Oh, this one smells like butter. Okay, so I'm going to slide. This one smells sweet. The candy, pecans, vanilla, pure sugar. It does not taste like that. It tastes like a rye. I actually am only, I don't know if I scrolled it on, but I'm only getting about 3 of my undertone.
Well, we're on our own on this one,
I
guys.
wonder what alcohol went into it.
I think it was pretty high.
It smells way different
the
than
proof
it
of
tastes.
111.4. I don't know if it's this one or if it's an older version of it, but
I'm gonna get some water after that one. It smells. Woo! You went right up to the nostril.
I probably hit that one too hard.
Yeah, that smells really sweet.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this is the best experience we've had yet on Whiskey Row. Man, that smells like bubble gum. Remember the big the bazooka? That's what you chew the bazooka up. That's what this smells like. Very sweet. This is even better. And they put that, like that birthday bourbon was great. The 17 was great, and this right here is the best because it has really good flavor and it has a nice kick, but it doesn't kick too hard.
The smell is wonderful.
Why do I like shit that I can never get?
I like the second one better.
We just paid $50 for 3 shots.
I think it was worth it.
I didn't say it wasn't worth it. It was good. We paid
Especially
$50
with
for that. We paid $50 for a shot of Pappy one time.
That's
And
true.
this is way better.
3, and they're all good. You've already drank some, and I've drank some.
Did you hear that? This is better than Pappy. I know they're different. This one's weeded, these aren't.
But we haven't had Pappy in like 2 years.
A year. But it's still better than Pappy.
But we are going to try to hit that. We went
Going to
to
Justin's.
which there was a Justin's in Lexington. So there's a Justin here in Louisville, and we'll try to get to that one.
God, that's good. I could drink that every day.
Yeah.
That is so damn
like
good.
Which is this one?
117.
Yeah, I like the 117.
I like the
feel
President.
like I've seen the 117 before.
No.
I think the President's my least favorite out of the 3.
Really?
It'd be the President or the 117 and the birthday and the President.
President's my favorite. I think the birthday and then 117. But saying that don't mean nothing because they're all good.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with this. I'm very unpleased with the fact that I'm probably never going to get a bottle.
I don't know. Maybe we should go and.
I'm going to go ask the bartender.
Yeah. Because they did say when we walked in, if you like something, you can go purchase it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're talking. They got 1910 and 1920, which is hard to find.
Now.
But I don't want 1897.
But we have all those.
Yeah.
Guys, there's a lot of bachelor parties maybe happening, like just groups of men trying to get away from girlfriends and wives that are here. I don't see very many women unless they're
Old Forester birthday bourbon, 117 series, and President's Choice.
well worth it.
$50 flight.
George's Bar.
Old Forester, George's Bar at Whiskey Row in Louisville. All 3 of these are great. If you ever get a bottle of it, have a chance to get a bottle of it, unless it's an extreme secondary price, you should get them.
And then let us know so we can buy it.
Great stuff, great bourbon. Love this. Don't forget to go to Gramco.com and use DK on the Rocks 20 for your 20% discount on all their great products at thegramco.com. Make sure you also like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, comment, give us a good comment, and catch you guys later.
Time to keep going. Turn it around and show
Really cool place. All right, now we're out. One more high five.
All right, guys, we just left Old Forester and we're heading over to Angel's Envy. We're heading east in town towards the Angel's Envy Distillery, and from here on out, it's really kind of a just normal town. It's, you know, nothing special. We just passed the Repeal Hotel, I believe it is, and the Distill restaurant in it. We actually go there and eat later, I think the next day. It's really good. Have a couple pictures of that, make a little clip video, I don't know. And here we're outside of the Louisville minor league baseball team. We end up going there too for a game, just to do something, find something different to do. It's a cool little joint. We'll get into it later with some more video after this as we walk over here towards Angel's Envy. So the cool little town, guys. Louisville is a fun place to go to. A lot of fun areas and cool things right there in the whole Whiskey Row walking area. Don't have to drive, don't do nothing unless you're going to drive to a farther away distillery or other activities, but this you could just do right there in the area. All right, Deck Night fans, that's day 1 and 2 done and over with. Our first part 1 of part 2 and part 3 to come. It's all done and said for this week, so we'll catch up with you guys next week with part 2. Hit that bell. Make sure you guys get notifications so you don't miss out on the upcoming video for the Louisville trip. We don't want y'all to miss out. So we'll catch you guys next time. All right, see y'all.